Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. As we light our Shabbat candles, we say this opening blessing to set our intention. O source of light and truth, creator of the law of goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and lives. Bless all who enter this sanctuary in need, our virtual sanctuary, and all who bring offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. I just realized I'm not wearing my towels. That's better. Now I feel ready to lead us in prayer tonight. We welcome in the Sabbath bride with Lecha Dodi on pages 138 and 139 of the Mishkan Tefillah. And we will sing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. And when we reach verse 9, I invite you to face whichever way the Sabbath bride is coming into you. Maybe that's in the west where the sun is setting. Maybe that's at your door, your window, toward your own beloved. On verse 9, just be ready to welcome in the Sabbath bride, however makes sense for you at home. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Shabbat Kavela. Shamor Bizachor Vidivorecha. Ishmianu El Hamyukad Adonai Echad Ushemo Echad V'Shemo Tiferet V'Mitila Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala V'Nei Shabbat Nekabela Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala V'Nei Shabbat Nekabela V'Yikrat Shabbat Le'Ruben Elchad Ki Mekor HaBracha Ve'erosh Mikedem Nesucha Sof Ma'aseh Belach Shabbat Tchila Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala V'Nei Shabbat Nekabela Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala V'Nei Shabbat Nekabela Torari, Iba Oref, Uri, Shernameri, Kevora Maya Lahai Tiba, Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala, V'Nei Shabbat Nekabela, Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala, V'Nei Shabbat Nekabela. Bo'i v'shalom ha'terefala Gam b'simcha u'b'tova Toch emunei am segula Bo'i chala Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala V'Nei Shabbat Nekabela Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala V'Nei Shabbat Nekabela. I can feel her Shekhinah in the room with us, the Holy Presence. And so we are ready now to segue into our evening service with the Chatzi Kaddish on page 144. Yitgadal v'yitkadash merava be'amad yivrach yirteh ve'amlich malchuteh b'chayechon u'yomechon u'v'chayei v'chol bet Yisrael bagala u'bizman kariv v'imeru amen yehesh merava mevarach ve'alamu al me'amaya Yitbarach v'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yinaseh V'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal Shemei d'kodeshah b'richu Leila min kol berchata v'shirata Tushbechata v'nechemata Damiran be'alma ve'imeru amen. On page 146, please prepare yourself for the call to worship. And please bear with me a moment. We continue with a reading together on page 148. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates and thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzebaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on the evening. Page 150. Ahavat Olam et Yisrael Amcha ahavta Torah u'mitzvot Chokim u'mishpatim Otanu limadeta Al Kain Adonai Eloheinu v'shalmeinu U'kemenu na'aseh b'chukecha V'nismach b'divrei Toratecha U'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed Ki hein chayenu Ve'orech yameinu U'bahem nege yomam v'layla Nege yomam v'layla Ve'avatcha al tasir Bimenu le'olamim Baruch atah Adonai Ohev amo Yisrael Ohev amo Yisrael. On pages 152 and 153, we find the words of Torah from the Shema, followed by the Be'ahavta. I invite you to prepare yourself for these words of Torah. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha B'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha Ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha V'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'beitecha u'v'lechtecha b'derech u'kshavtecha u'kunecha u'kshartam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu letotavot b'neinecha u'chtavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'v'hisharecha למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים Ani Adonai Elohechem. We continue on page 157. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together. Give us a place to rest, Adonai our God. Bring us into shelter in the soft, long evening shadows of your truth. For with you are true protection and safety, and in your presence are acceptance and gentle love. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours. Baruch atah Adonai. Haporei sukat shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim. Page 161. Ve'shamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat le'dorotam be'ritolam. Ve'shamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat le'dorotam be'ritolam. Bnei Yisrael, Oti leolam, Ve'shamru bnei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat le'dorotam be'ritolam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et ha'aretz. Ve'shamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat le'dorotam be'ritolam. Vayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash. Ve'shamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat le'dorotam be'ritolam. We turn now to the central portion of our evening prayer. The tefillah begins on page 164 and continues over the next few pages. I invite you to prepare yourself for this set of blessing. Adonai sifatai tiftachu fi agi tehilatecha. Eternal God, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your glory. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avotinu ve'Imoteinu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, El Hagadol Hagibor Bahanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Bekonei Hakol, Zocher Chasdei Avod V'imahot, Umevi Gula Livnei B'neihem, Lema'an Shemo Ba'ahava, Melech Hozer Moshe U'Magen, Baruch Ata Adonai, Magen Abraham Mezrat Sarah. Atagibor leolam Adonai, Mechaye hakol atarab lehoshia, Morid hataha, Mechakel chaim bechesed, Mechaye hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim derofei cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato, Lishenei afar, Michamocha Baal Yegurot, Omidom Melech, Melech Memit, Umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman ata l'hachayot hakol, Baruch ata Adonai, Mechayeh hakol, Ata kadosh Shimcha kadosh, U'kadoshim b'chol yom halelucha selah, Baruch ata Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. We continue together on page 173. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day, and may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. Page 175. You are with us in our prayer, our love, and our doubt, in the longing to feel your presence and do your will. You are the still, clear voice within us. Therefore, O God, when doubt troubles us, when anxiety makes us tremble, when pain clouds the mind, we look inward for the answers to our prayers. There may we find you, and there find courage, insight, and endurance. And let our worship bring us closer to one another, that all Israel and all who seek you may find new strength for your service. Baruch atah Adonai, she'odcha levadcha b'yir'ah na'avod. Page 176. We acknowledge with thanks that you are Adonai, our God, and the God of our ancestors forever. You are the rock of our lives and the field of our salvation in every generation. Let us thank you and praise you for our lives which are in your hand, for our souls which are in your care, for your miracles that we experience every day, and for your wondrous deeds and favors at every time of day, morning, evening, and noon. O good one whose mercies never end, O compassionate one whose kindness never fails, we forever put our hope in you. For all these things and more, O sovereign, let your name be forever praised and blessed. O God, our Redeemer and Helper, let all who live affirm you and praise your name in truth. Blessed are you, Adonai. Your name is goodness, and you are worthy of thanksgiving. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulechana'el lehodot. Page 178. Shalom Al Yisrael Amcha Tafim Leolam. Shalom Al Yisrael Amcha Tafim Leolam. Ki atahu melech Adon b'kol hashalom v'tov beinecha levarech et amcha Yisrael b'kol עת v'kol sha'a b'shlomecha. Al Yisrael Amcha, Tasi Leolam. Shalom Rav Al Yisrael Amcha, Tasi Leolam. Tasi Leolam. We take a moment now for silent prayer. If you have the book, you might use pages 180 and 181 of Mishkan Tefillah, or the meditations of your own heart. Yehi ratzon imrefi v'hegyon libi lefanecha Adonai tzori Adonai tzori v'gali May the words of our mouths and the meditations of our hearts be acceptable to you, Adonai, our rock and redeemer. We turn our thoughts now to those who are in need of our prayers for healing of mind, body, and spirit. As I read the list from that I have, please feel free to also share names in the chat. Sharon Foyer, Shirley Kronig, Leslie White, Sharon Call, Juliet Origi, Joey Jones, Neil Savage, Michael Kumakawa, John Manners, Minna Dornfeld, Shoshana Bat Abraham, Ricky Grant, Rhonda Butler, Skip Caffey and Jeffrey Brace, Marion Finkel, Rhoda Wessler, Gail O'Neill, Ariel Batsluva, Fran Morona, Bernard Strassner, Nick Joliot, Lori Perry, Mike Haug, Sharon Buell, Rosalind Cantu, Mary Kennedy, Rick Grossman, Jimmy O'Connor, and Jesse Reynolds. We hold in our thoughts all those in need of comfort and healing. And the Misha Berach is on page 371. Misha Berach Avoteinu Mekor HaBracha Imotenu, may the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Sheberach imotenu mekor habracha ha'avotenu, bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. This week's Torah portion is Parashat Beha'alotecha, which opens with the mounting of the menorah in the Mishkan. As it goes on, we hear about the whining of the people who were bored with their matzah and wanted meat. The Torah tells us the riffraff in their midst felt a gluttonous craving. And then the Israelites wept and said, "If only we had meat to eat. We remember the fish that we used to eat free in Egypt, the cucumbers, the melons, the leeks, the onions, the garlic. Now our gullets are shriveled. There is nothing at all, nothing but this manna to look to." Now the manna was like coriander seed, and in color it was like bdellium. The people would go about and gather it and grind it between millstones or pound it into a mortar, boil it in a pot, and make it into cakes, and it tasted like rich cream. They have this delicious, creamy goodness that falls from the sky in abundance for them, but it is never enough. They ask for meat, basar, in the Hebrew, which has, at least in Jewish law, a meaning of flesh from a land animal. It's distinct from fish, which they are also extolling the great fish they ate in Egypt at the same time. So quails also fall from the sky in abundance. And even though the people are told they will have enough for a whole month, they will have quail till they're sick of it. They want meat, they'll get meat. But they still don't have faith. It's never enough. And so they start hoarding and gathering all of the meat, way more than they needed to feed themselves for that moment, as they were told to do. And so while the meat is yet still in their teeth, God sends a plague that kills them all. This piece of biblical narrative concludes with the statement that place was named Kivrot HaTa'ava, because the people who had a craving were buried there. When I read the name Kivrot HaTa'ava, the grave of cravings, I was reminded of one of the myths from Ovid's Metamorphoses. I've not studied the ancient works in detail, but in college I was in a stage performance of selected scenes from the collection of myths. I thought I was being asked to join a performance of Kafka's Metamorphosis, and I wanted to be the cockroach, but that's not what happened. So anyway, one of the stories in the Ovid play is about Erev and his insatiable hunger. I played hunger. As the scene starts out, I crept along the back edge of the stage like a shadow. As the narrator goes on to tell of Erev increasing desperation for more food, I got closer to the actress playing him and started clawing at her leg and grabbing at her shirt. And by the end of the scene, I had full-on climbed on her back until the weight of her own gluttony, all 100 pounds of me, caused her to collapse. It sounds kind of cliche. Excess greed and insatiable hunger will be the death of us. And when we tell it, when told in short stories with God, Hashem, or a God, Ceres, interfering, it sounds so far off from our lived experience. It's a parable. But remember that parables are meant to serve as lessons for our real life as well. And we would do well to heed the warning in the stories of Kivrot HaTa'ava and the death of Erev. While our attention at the moment may be rightfully still focused on the pandemics of COVID-19 and institutional racism, another pandemic continues to rage in the background, and we are all inching closer to irreversible disaster if we, as in the whole world, does not slow our roll. That pandemic is the climate crisis. The concentration of CO2 currently in the atmosphere is the highest it's ever been, causing global temperatures to rise every year, causing glaciers and ice caps to melt, causing floods and exacerbated effects of regular natural disasters like hurricanes and excessive rain, etc. And potentially in the near future could make certain areas of the globe just completely inhabitable due to high temperatures. There are so many ways that we could change our means of consumption drastically to decrease our carbon emissions and slow down or possibly even stop climate change, while also creating new jobs and saving nations money in the long run. But to get there, we would need such a dramatic shift in how we demand to be fed, including but not limited to America's riffraff demanding more meat. It means putting up money and energy and changing our mindset now so that in the long run, we save money and lives. So this Shabbat, let us enjoy the fine things in life. Shabbat is often a time for meat, for even lots of eco-kashrut followers I know only eat meat for Shabbat. But let us also remember the cost the environment has paid for those nice things that we enjoy on Shabbat. And after Shabbat, let us commit to finding ways of going green in our energy, our diets, and where we buy from. May we leave our next generation a world of abundance and beauty, not graves of craving. Amen and Shabbat Shalom. We turn our thoughts now toward our concluding concluding blessings. Sorry. So the Aleinu is on page 586. You may prepare yourself for this blessing. Aleinu l'shabeach Adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגורי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגור עלינו ככל המונם. אנחנו קוראים, משתחווים ומודים, לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. We turn our thoughts now to those who are no longer with us in body, but remain with us in spirit. As I read the list, the Yahrzeit and Year of Mourning list, feel free to also share in the chat names of those for whom you are mourning this week. This week marks a Yahrzeit for Raymond Perry, Forrest Larry Kantrovich, Lonnie Dawes, Marco Torres, Albert Sacken, Alfred George Branstein. And we are still within the year of mourning for Sophie Levy, Donna Thatcher, Deborah Freelander, Abraham Finkel, Harold Herman, Nancy Hollowitz, Roland Laramie, Mindy Ferenz, Moishe Deutsch, Douglas Miguel Rodriguez, Bob Katz, Roger Haug, Paula Cooper, Ernie Weissman, Doris Oleski, Sandra Lenag, David Avery, Art Rich, Jason Brown, Louis Petrozello, Gary Lyons, Dorothy Wolf, and John DiNicola. Dorothy Goldstein, Howard Berman, Jack Carton. We hold in our thoughts all those who have departed and may have no one left to say Kaddish for them as well. The Kaddish is on page 598. Mourners and those who wish to join them may rise. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, בעלמא דיברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי. בחיי חון וביום חון ובחיי תכל בית ישראל. בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך לעולם ולעולמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקדושה בריחו. לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמא ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. ואמרו amen. So now is a good time for you to go grab your wine or juice or challah or cookies, whatever you're saying motzi and kiddush over, while I give some quick announcements. Tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. we will be back on Facebook and YouTube for Shabbat morning services. Tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. we will be on Facebook and Instagram for Havdalah. Sunday at 1, our adult ed is starting a slightly new class. It's segueing very nicely, but if you weren't able to join us before and want to start, this is a great time to jump in. We're talking about reform values beyond the responsa and halacha, using the book Life of Meaning as our guide, but you don't need to buy the book or read along if you don't want to. You can still join in the conversation. So that's starting Sunday at 1, and we'll go for the next 6 weeks. Thursday Torah study at noon continues. And coming up soon, not in this next week, but starting June 30th, we will be starting a summer series. So every Tuesday at 1 o'clock, join us on Zoom to learn something new. It's not all Jewish related. Most of it's not. Well, I'm like half so far is Jewish related. Our kickoff presenter is Sandra Gilman, and he will be teaching us about aesthetic surgery, the Jews, and the invention of beauty. I'm looking forward to that. I actually used his book, The Jew's Body, for a research paper I did in college, so it's kind of relevant. So join us for that, and then they'll go for the next, through the end of August. So Tuesdays at 1, the link to register, it's one registration link for the whole series, and you can just hop in for whichever ones you want. So check out our website for that. I also forgot to mention this Sunday, this is the 14th, this Sunday at 7 p.m. we are having an adult game night after the teens had so much fun and demanded more. Then the adults said, what about us? So adults who are not in the youth group can join us on Zoom Sunday at 7 to play Jackbox games as well. So I think that'll do it. We good? You ready for Kiddush and Motzi? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Amen. L'chaim. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Teavon. All right. Our closing song is Shalom Alechem, which I closed my Mishkan Tefillah, so I don't know what page it's on, but it'll be somewhere toward the end. Page 627 in Mishkan Tefillah. There we go. Shalom Alechem, Malachei HaSharet, Malachei Elyon. Melech Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Melech Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchuni l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Melech Malachei HaMelachim, Kadosh Baruch Hu. Tzeitzem l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Melech Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Have a wonderful, restful evening, and I will see you tomorrow morning.